Hey there, I'm Mr. Terry, a high school history teacher. Welcome back to another History Teacher Reacts video. All right, guys, it's time to return to another one of the niche communities and niche YouTube historical concepts, I guess we'll call it. And that is Countryhumans or Country Balls. So what I've been recommended to me here is a video that has nearly 3 million views, and it is titled World War II in 6 Minutes. So this is from a channel called Mooney, and again, it is super popular, and I think it's time to check this out. And we got World War II, and everybody likes talking and learning about World War II. So let's check this out together. You know I'm going to add some commentary. Let me know what you think. All right, let's get started. All right, I'm already intrigued because we have a warning sign on the front page. Warning, this video contains offensive humor, controversial characters, and mild violence. This video is for entertainment only and is not to be taken seriously. Viewer discretion is advised. Well, I could tell you this, and this guy probably knows by now, but YouTube will not change what they think about the video based on the warning sign here. This thing probably, I mean, who knows if it's worthy of getting demonetized or something. It will, regardless of if you put a warning on. But all right, now our interest is definitely peaked. Let's check this out. Warning just gonna make people want to watch it more, right? Was it a song?
They are ready for you, mein Führer.
Well, maybe not.
They await your truth.
It is not truth that matters, but victory.
20 years after World War I, optimism would be undone.
Okay.
The fateful Treaty of
is a song.
Versailles was all too easily defied.
True.
The depths of the Great Depression fueled German unrest and aggression, and from 39 to 45, 60 million more would lose their lives. But how did Europe descend once more from
Got a
fragile
flow.
peace to total war? How was Germany infected? By a poisonous leader's bleak objective, a leader who would instigate a regime of terror built on hate. Come with us now as we pursue the history bomb of World War II.
Okay, that sounded like the end of that verse. A lot of unpack there. It's great stuff. You know, something I love here that they did every World War II build up or any kind of early World War II topic when it's discussed must do what this guy did first, which was talk about the Treaty of Versailles, the treaty that ended World War I, which very much left the door open, okay, to Germany trying to protest everything that went into that treaty. Okay, and that's exactly what happened. You cannot disconnect World War I and World War II, and specifically how the Allies handled World War I, basically birthing into World War II. All right, I think you got the other references to Adolf and all that stuff. So anyway, that's something I wanted to point out. I wanted to make sure that the creator, if you're watching this, thank you for doing that. And any of you are going to write about World War II, be sure you talk about World War I. Here we go.
Rise up and take a stand. Bring glory to the fatherland. Our children, this Aryan race will save us from our past disgrace. Cast out the Jews. They make us speak guilty for our shameful defeat. We have suffered so dreadfully. Let us now secure our destiny.
Hitler seized
Okay, did it. The scapegoat. When you talk about World War I and how it devastated Germany and German politicians wanted to find scapegoats, something to blame for why Germany lost the war and the whole plight of Germany, which, you know, plunged into a massive depression after World War I, the instability of the new government of Germany. And of course, you know, they used racial and ethnic groups to do that. And you saw he highlighted that. So that's something people are always susceptible to, more extreme beliefs when times are desperate. And that's exactly what Germany was like.
control of Germany in 1933 and defied the Treaty of Versailles, rearming, marching into the Rhineland and Austria, and invading Czechoslovakia.
Right.
In August 1939, with tensions rising across Europe, he found an unlikely Russian ally in Joseph
Stalin, may I propose a pact?
Okay, they're about to drop the Stalin verse, so let's chime in there because there's some stuff there. Ally, yeah, I always hesitate to use that term ally. These guys hate each other. They're just gonna, it's a non-aggression pact. They really, it's not like a treaty, you know, like, hey, we're friends now. No, it's just like, hey, we're gonna do, we'll each do these things and we won't mess with each other. That's really what it was. But they also started, if you know, a lot of people might just go straight to the invasion of Poland in 1939 as really like Germany's first invasion. Not true. There were multiple lands that were taken over because historically they've been full and populated by ethnic Germans, like the Rhineland in in what used to be Western Germany, right? And then into Austria. Hitler's homeland, right, where he's from, with ethnic, Germans in it. And then a part of the Czechoslovakia called the Sudetenland, which was a majority German ethnic group. And then you get the invasion of the rest of Czechoslovakia, Poland, etc.
Two great nations should not attack. Fighting together belays a foundation for our European domination.
Okay, I will take this chance. Forget an
He's gonna double cross him later.
Good. To Poland. Let's attack
Poor
quickly.
Poland.
The land.
50-50.
In
That didn't last
September
long.
1939,
That didn't
Germany
last
and
long.
Russia invaded Poland with an agreement to divide the country between themselves. Britain's Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain had always aimed to maintain peace with Germany,
Didn't work.
but this time he could not ignore Hitler's aggressive intent.
Now, with regard
Okay, we'll let Chamberlain get there. Chamberlain gets thrown under the bus, man, because, nobody had 2020 vision there, right? How could you? Everyone has 2020 hindsight vision. And it was true, right? After those lands I was just talking about that were ethnically German were taken, that was Hitler's defense was, hey, these are ethnic German places. They were taken away from us, right? These people want to be unified with us. And a lot of those cases, that was, definitely the truth, right? But of course, it's when those agreements were crossed, like the invasion of the rest of Czechoslovakia, the non-German part, and then Poland, of course, was where the line, seemed to be crossed, right? Chamberlain had to, first off, resign, and Winston Churchill comes after him. And we also know that partition of Poland did not last too long, because Germany is going to invade the rest of it and go deep into the Soviet Union.
to the state of Poland, I can assure you it's all in hand. We must stay calm, I am quite sure. Knowing Herr Hitler, he'll soon withdraw.
Sir, sorry to butt in. It's 11 o'clock. We haven't heard from
Good
Berlin.
Lord, we can't hold back anymore. I have no choice.
Made
We
a
are
country
at war.
As
countrywoman.
Britain and France prepared for war, German forces tore through
Are they holding
Western...
AKs?
We are at war.
As Britain and France prepared for war,
Okay. Military history nerds are freaking out right now with me pausing on this still that these guys are holding AKs. And if you don't know why they're freaking out, probably don't go down that rabbit hole. It's hard to get out of.
German forces tore through Western Europe with a new form of highly intensive warfare known as blitzkrieg.
Blitzkrieg, lightning
They
war.
overran France with devastating speed, and by May 1940, the Allies were forced back to the English Channel.
Now, I heard about Cherry's famous
Dunkirk.
blitzkrieg, but I never thought they'd hit out with this speed.
They've pushed us all the way back to the beaches. We dumped our kit and I'm down to my breeches.
Well, we best keep
That
going.
had
I
a
hope
good
they got
flow.
some boats. There's 300,000
Portland.
Tommies to float.
Do you ever think we'll return to this section?
Well, who knows? Right now, there's only one direction.
They will.
Against the odds, 300,000 Allied troops were evacuated at Dunkirk, but they left behind a lot of men and valuable equipment.
True.
With Western Europe overrun, Britain now stood alone, and in the summer of 1940, Hitler attempted a knockout blow to the Royal Air Force to pave the way for a full invasion of Britain.
Yeah. Boy, was it tough for the Allies there. They got hit in the chin in that first year too. Okay, by the Germans, just knocking out everybody. Eastern Europe done, right? With help from the Soviet Union. France out in like 6 weeks. Pushed the Allies out of Europe or mainland Europe completely. With you've heard about Dunkirk and stuff like that. And if you were to, be a betting person right now, because remember the United States is not involved this time either. This looked like it's a dub. All right, for the Axis powers.
They mean business, this Luftwaffe. I don't think we're far away from disaster.
Yes, they're coming thick and fast, but our new Spitfires are up to the task.
I sure hope your eyes will fight at all costs. If the RAF fails, all hope will be lost.
Wales should have a picture of whales.
channel.
Here we go. Don't
The animal.
scramble.
Hitler's plan to invade Britain was stopped in its tracks as the RAF held firm, much to the delight
Battle of
of
Britain.
Britain's new Prime Minister.
I'll find this now.
German
Which
bombers
garden?
continued to pound British cities for months during the Blitz without a breakthrough.
Horribly
Eager
destructive.
for progress, Hitler looked east.
Mein Führer.
Here's the question I always ask my kids, my students. All right, Battle of Britain, victory for the British in the sense that they prevented an invasion, right? They didn't push back the Germans, on their side of the English Channel, but they defended it, right? So question, you can answer this if you'd like, down below. What if the Axis powers in Europe had stopped at this point? Just stopped. All right, Spain's out of the picture, right? Fascist dictatorship already going down there. France is under control. All of Eastern Europe is under, up to Poland and stuff. And let's say that the non-aggression pact was binding. It stayed binding there, right? What do you think if it had stayed there? Do you think that would just be it? Would it be over? And that would be the current situation, that the Axis powers basically control Europe? What do you think? Or do you think something else would have happened no matter what? Because the United States not involved yet. Pearl Harbor hasn't happened. That could bring in something else, you know, but we'll see.
To blast another banner, I feel this bliss can't last much longer.
Blast! In that case, we march east to Russia.
Stalin's not going to like
In
this.
June 1941, German forces advanced
true.
against Russian troops,
They
who
get
to this
their
point had
revenge.
been on the same side. Then, as if taking on one growing superpower was not enough, in December there was trouble in paradise as US forces in Hawaii came under a surprise
Japan
Japanese
ruins
attack.
it for
What the
Germany.
heck is going on? These Japanese, they're just too strong. They've taken out the battleships and our planes have burned out on the airstrip.
The sneak attack, they've got some nerve. Don't worry, they'll get what they deserve. They won this battle, but watch
America.
out, Japan. You've just awoken Uncle Sam.
The Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor brought
Do I have to be the nerd now? Okay, should I be the military nerd again? Anyone know what I'm going to
Well,
stop
watch
on?
out, Japan. You've just awoken Uncle Sam.
Atomic weapons weren't ready yet. 1941. It'll take about 4 more years. Ree!
The Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor brought the USA into the war. This would prove pivotal, and in June
It's pretty fun, though.
1942,
This is
the
a
US
fun
struck
video.
a decisive victory over the Japanese at the Battle of Midway. In October, the Allies would have further success, this time in the
Turning
Egyptian
point.
desert.
Truth. This
El
heat is
Alamein.
preserved. The Egyptian sun is even hotter than Perth.
Toughen up, mate. Enjoy the pain. Let's get ready for the
Australia
battle
getting
in
shot at.
Alamein.
The chances of victory are already slight, and now they expect us to fight them at night?
Just put your faith in General Montgomery. This is a man that can lead us to victory.
The Allies'
So not a lot of, I know Americans, I don't think we talk about this enough, because we have a tendency to look at World War II in the from the perspective of Americans, but the Australia, right? United States had to intervene United States intervened at a time when Japan was heavily bombing the north coast of Australia, essentially paving the way for an invasion, kind of like, you know, maybe what was going on with Britain. So yeah, not a lot of people, I feel like that it's not part that gets talked about a lot, but I always mention it.
victory at El Alamein proved a decisive turning point in the North Africa campaign.
Right.
Meanwhile, on the Eastern Front, the Germans were
One of the 4
suffering
turning
heavy
points
losses
we
in the
call.
snows of Stalingrad. They were short of supplies, and the Russians were resolute and determined. Whilst Hitler continued
Deadliest
to send
battle in
divisions
history.
east, in June 1944, the Allies launched an ambitious attack
Today,
in France.
today.
Howdy, y'all, get out the way. America's here to save D-Day. We got
Canada
as many
came too.
troops as you could once open up a second front. We'll flood the beaches with our guys and take the Germans by surprise. Our tanks and guns will never miss.
They're never going to let us forget this.
The D-Day landings
have it. World War I, World War II, back-to-back war champs.
gave the Allies a foothold in Europe, for which they pushed forwards
It's a meme by
towards
now.
Germany. It wasn't all plain sailing, but after 11 months, on the 8th of May 1945, victory in Europe was secured. Whilst Germany surrendered,
Week after the
Japan refused to
assassination.
back down, and the USA decided to unleash 2 knockout blows.
My God, what have we done?
For some reason, you haven't been paying attention in the last month with this. The July was kind of like the Oppenheimer atomic bomb month for YouTube. You can see all those videos, but if you saw Oppenheimer and interested in learning about more about the atomic bomb and the decision to use it and how it went down, look through my July and early August videos if you want to see me talk about it. Got a ton of stuff. I did an Oppenheimer reviewed a couple other atomic bomb related kind of things. So if you're into that,
Hiroshima
Quick plug.
and Nagasaki, well, they're just gone. The nuclear age has been unfurled.
we can never
we
go
are
back.
become death,
Destroyer
destroyer
of
of
worlds.
worlds.
On the 15th of August, 1945,
EJ Day.
Japan surrendered to save their lives. The entire world had been
Sorry, friends, is that what that said?
transformed around this truly global war. Countless lives in countless lands.
For those that fell.
Lost so that we might stand. Together, now the guns have ceased, as nations, side by side, in peace.
Peace. No peace. Great little video there. Final thoughts. Don't go anywhere. you know, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. I had a good flow to it. So good information to pack into what, 6 minutes there. Of course, it's not like an in-depth review of the war. But you know, it kept things, you know, again, fun. You guys get the overall gist of it. So hopefully for y'all that are country humans and country ball folks, that kind of scratches your itch there. But again, sometimes we just got to have fun. And I think that did it. So with as tragic of an event as, of course, World War II was. So, all right, if you want to see me cover more of this stuff, one thing I kind of have a hard time doing with the like country ball, country human stuff is finding like the most legit channels. And people told me it's because it's not like a copyright owned thing. It's just like this wide open source of people that make that. So like I'll see a video like this has like 3 million views. You think, oh man, this must be like a huge channel. And then I'll go and look and the channel has like 20,000 subs, you know? And that shows me people aren't subbing to this stuff because you'll probably go anywhere. But the best source to see like the compiled versions of that, you know what I mean? Always looking for those kind of sources. If you have really, really good sources for that, I need to keep my eye on. Let me know. Drop a comment down below, or better yet, come over to the Discord server, drop a video if there's a specific video you want me to see into the video suggestions channel. All right. Okay. Thanks again for being here. We'll see you next time. Bye.